What is going on, guys? It is Josh's TV and Theories, and yes, I know, another upload. Like I said before in the other video, or maybe I didn't say it, but I'm going to try to stay consistent as much as I can. You know, I got a big schedule going on with sports broadcasting and stuff like that, but today, nonetheless, we are going to be doing the Pokemon character tier list, so let's get right into it. So, I got legendaries and mythicals. I really couldn't find a just legendary tier list for some reason. It was being weird. So we're going to do legendaries and mythicals. I don't think all of them are here, but it was probably one of the best ones I could find. So, alright, let's get right into it here. Starting first here with Arceus, and he gets an automatic S tier. And I think that's going to be a common reoccurrence in this video, that you guys are going to see that I'm a huge Sinnoh fan. I grew up with Sinnoh, and Sinnoh is my favorite generation of Pokemon, and I don't know, I just fell in love with it. So I think a lot of the ones from Sinnoh here are going to go in S tier. Arceus, obviously, being the creator of everything, he's just so cool. His design is so sick. Arceus and the Jewel of Life is a great movie, probably one of the best. Up there with the Giratina movie. You know, those are just some fantastic movies. You know, you can change to any form. I just think Arceus is an automatic S tier. Articuno, if we are including its Galarian form, I think its Galarian form looks better. I think it looks cooler. Also, I chose Team Mystic in Pokemon Go. So I think it's a cool Pokemon. I think we're going to put it in B. These might change towards the end if I decide to change a couple things here and there. I'm not really sure. But for now, I'm going to give Articuno a B. Azelf, you know, the Lake Trio. Azelf is probably my favorite of the three. And I remember them being in Platinum a little bit when I played Pokemon Platinum. I think it's the best Pokemon game ever. But I think I'll give Azelf a B as well. And while we're at it, we might as well grab the other two. Mespret. I mean, Mespret's okay. I'll put her in C. And then Uxie. I think Uxie's cool too. Her design's pretty cool. I'll put her in B as well. But yeah, Celebi. Celebi, I don't have a huge connection to, but I think Celebi has a cool design. She's a pretty cool mythical. If we're basing her just off design and, like, I don't know, I guess like cuteness or whatever, I think she's alright. I'll give her a B as well. Cobalion, of course, in the trio there with Terrakion and Virizion. I think Cobalion's alright. I didn't play a lot of Black and White, but he is a cool Pokemon. I guess I'm going to put him in B. And while we're at it, we might as well grab the other two. Virizion, I think I like Virizion's design a little bit more than Cobalion's, but I'm going to put Virizion in B as well, and Terrakion, I think we're going to just put all three of them in B. I'm not going to give everybody B, because obviously I have my favorites, but we'll keep it going. Cosmog and Cosmoem, I mean, they're okay. I'm going to give Cosmog a D. Cosmoem, I kind of like his design. It's pretty cool with, like, the eye and everything around it. I wouldn't put it on the level of these guys, but I do like his design, so I'll put it in C. Cresselia is a pretty good design. It goes really well alongside Darkrai when they're opposites. I think Cresselia, she was also, I think she was in Platinum for a little bit. I can't exactly remember. But I do like her design. I think she's unique, so I'll put Cresselia in A. And just alongside her, we're going to go Darkrai. Darkrai is going to go S tier. I mean, Darkrai is incredible. I like everything about Darkrai. I like the movie about Darkrai. His design is awesome. His cry is pretty cool. And so, yeah, we're going to give Darkrai an S tier. Deoxys, I think we're going to put all of Deoxys's forms together. I was never a huge fan of Deoxys. I mean, yeah, he's cool, but yeah, I think we're gonna put all Deoxys's forms here in C. Don't get me wrong, I like that he has a bunch of different forms. I was just never a huge fan of him. So yeah, moving on, Dialga, S tier as well. I told you it's going to be a common reoccurrence for a lot of Sinnoh Pokemon here. Dialga is one of my top 5 legendaries, and I think most of the Sinnoh ones are in my top 5 legendaries. I think Dialga, obviously the ruler of time, Palkia, obviously the ruler of space. But I think Dialga definitely deserves S tier. His move, the Roar of Time, is awesome. His design is so cool. And Dialga is just awesome. I think this next one is Diancie, a regular Diancie, and I think that's Mega Diancie. I don't have a huge connection to the Pokemon after Black and White. I kind of slowed down a little bit when it came after Generation 5. I started caring less because I think they should have stopped after Generation 5. But yeah, I don't have a huge connection to her. I'll put her down here with Cosmog. Entei, I like Entei. Entei goes in A. Entei has a sick design. You know, being the fire type of the 3 legendary dogs, he's pretty sick. So Genesect, again, just not a Pokemon I have a huge connection to. Again, this is my personal tier list, so I think I'm going to put Genesect in E. It just, I don't know. I don't really have a huge connection. Giratina, both forms, is going to go S tier. We're going to put him in top of S because Giratina is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I absolutely love everything about Giratina. Both forms, you know, ruler of the Shadow Realm. And he's just incredible. His cry is incredible. His forms, his design, just everything about him is absolutely awesome. Obviously, my favorite Pokemon game being Pokemon Platinum. He was obviously the lead legendary in that game, and I just absolutely fell in love with that game. He's such a cool Pokemon, and I think he's probably the best design. I love that he has 2 forms, and now I'm starting to repeat myself, but yeah, Giratina, automatic top of S tier for being my favorite Pokemon. Groudon, I like Groudon. We'll put Groudon in A. I think both forms. I think Groudon's a great Pokemon. I like that it has a primal form. I don't think I ended up getting it in Pokemon Go. You know, I'm not an avid Pokemon Go player. I play every once in a while, especially when like legendaries come back that I like. They still have yet to put Arceus in the game, which I hope they do at some point, but yeah, Groudon will go in A. Heatran, I think Heatran gets a lot of hate for no reason. Obviously, not being one of the most powerful legendaries to come out of Sinnoh, but I think Heatran deserves a B. I like Heatran, I think he's pretty cool. Ho-Oh, a Pokemon that obviously is iconic. I think he's cool. Not my favorite from that generation. I'll put him in B. Yeah, so moving on, we got both Hoopa forms. Again, just some Pokemon I don't have a connection to, so I'm going to put them both in D. Jirachi, I like Jirachi. Jirachi's cool. She's cute, I guess. It's just not another Pokemon I don't have a connection to, so we'll put her in C. Keldeo, 2 forms. I like Keldeo. Keldeo is pretty cool. Again, it's just like I said, it's not a Pokemon I have a huge connection to, so I'm going to put both forms in C. Kyogre, I think Kyogre is another A tier one, obviously primal form as well. I go off and on about who I like more, whether it be Groudon or whether it's Kyogre. I like both a lot. I grew up, like I said, more with Sinnoh than any other generation, but yeah, I think he's pretty cool. I think we're going to group all the Curums together. We got Kyurem, the regular one, white form, and then black form, obviously taking over Zekrom and Reshiram. Kyurem as a base Pokemon, I think is a B. I like the design, it's pretty cool. And these are kind of sick. I'm not sure. I think we're going to just put them alongside Kyurem as well. Alright, moving on. Landorus, both forms. Again, it's just not a Pokemon I have a connection to. Latios and Latios, I think they're A tier. I like Latios and Latios. I think they're pretty cool. Obviously, actually, no, I'm going to put them down in B. I don't think they're on the level of these guys. But I think they're pretty cool. I think their mega forms are going to notch it down just a little bit here in C tier because I think they're way too similar. I wish they had some more differences in them. But yeah, we're going to go next. Lugia. Lugia is an A tier, or excuse me. Yeah, Lugia is an A tier. Everything about Lugia is cool. Might not be one of the most powerful, but I don't know. I really like Lugia's design. Lugia is an OG legendary, so Lugia goes in A tier. This is Lunala, right? Lunala's okay. I like her design, obviously being the nighttime Pokemon. I'll give her a B. I don't know this one, and because I don't know this one, I'm gonna put it in F. Manaphy. This is Manaphy, right? Not Fion. Manaphy is a C. I mean, there's not really much to say about her. This is Marshadow, right? I think that's Marshadow. D. I think I might move a little bit quicker in the Pokemon that I don't know that well, or that I don't really care for. Meloetta, yeah, I'll give her a D as well. Now we get to the Mews. The Mega ones, I don't really have a connection to, but they do look pretty cool, so I'll put them both in C. Mewtwo, I'm going to put in... Yeah, I'm going to put Mewtwo in A. I don't think he's on the level of these guys up here in S. But I think Mewtwo is pretty cool, and I'll put Mew right alongside him. I think Mew deserves an A tier as well. Moltres, Moltres is okay. I'll put him, it's not my favorite. I guess I'll put him in D. This is Necrozma, right? Again, it's just a Pokemon I don't have a connection to, and these are Solgaleo and Lunala. Mixed with Necrozma. If I get the name wrong, I do apologize. But I'll put them alongside Necrozma. Palkia, another S tier. I told you it's going to be a common occurrence with a lot of these Pokemon in Sinnoh. I just have a huge connection to them. I think Palkia. I like Palkia less than Dialga. I think Dialga has a better overall design, but Palkia is pretty cool as well. Obviously, the ruler of space, and Palkia is just great. Fion. I don't really care for Fion. I'll put her in D. Raiku's pretty cool. I don't think he's on the level of Entei, and I don't think he's on the level of these guys, so I'll put Raikou in C. Rayquaza, S tier. I mean, if you don't put Rayquaza in S tier for Legendary and Mythicals, I mean, what are you doing? Rayquaza is obviously up there, probably in almost everybody's top 3. And so I think he deserves S tier. We're going to do Mega Rayquaza as well. I think the Mega looks pretty freaking cool. And yeah, you can tell this isn't updated because it doesn't have the other Regis. I think Regigigas definitely deserves an A tier. Another Sinnoh Pokemon that's super duper cool. Obviously the ruler of the other Regis. With that, I think we'll put... Registeel. I like Registeel, I think, the most out of all of them. I'll give him an A. Regirock and I think Regice will give them Bs. I think they're both cool, but I think Registeel is the best. Maybe not the best looking one, but I think the coolest. Yeah, Reshiram, S tier. I love Reshiram, and with that, we'll put Zekrom in there as well. They're both just incredible characters. They kind of represent yin and yang in Pokemon, black and white. And I think they're both pretty freaking cool. One of the main reasons why I like black and white a little bit is because of those two legendaries. And yeah. Okay, so I think this might be... I know this will be the third. I think Shaman also deserves S tier. Again, another Sinnoh Pokemon. Maybe not this form. I'll give this form an A. I think the Sky form looks better rather than the ground form. But Shaman in that movie, the Giratina movie, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I thought Shaman was really cool in that movie. Solgaleo, I think Solgaleo gets an A. Solgaleo is really cool Pokemon. He's kind of like a lion, a massive lion. I think he's better than Lunala. Suicune, I like Suicune design. Suicune is pretty cool, so I'll give Suicune an A as well. I'm not sure if I like Suicune or Entei better. I like them both a lot. But yeah. And then these are all the Tapus, right? Again, I don't have any of the connections to these Tapus, and I don't think they're the best, so I'm going to put them all in E tier. Thundurus. I'll bring his other form up here with him. Yeah, again, it's just one of those Pokemon I don't really care for. And then obviously Tornadus as well. We'll put Tornadus in D tier. But yeah. Victini. I like Victini. I think Victini's pretty cool. I'll put her in A. I like Victini a lot. I like the design. I think it's pretty simple. And yeah, Volcanion. I think Volcanion's okay. I'll give him a D. And I'm not saying like these guys down here in D. I'm not saying they're horrible, but just not some of my favorites. Xerneas, again, she's okay. I'll give her a C, and I'll give Yveltal a C as well. But yeah, Zapdos. I'm gonna give Zapdos a C. Zapdos is okay, the design, and I don't know. It's obviously one of the original legendary birds. I do think Articuno is the best out of all of them. But yeah, I don't know the name of this Pokemon, and I think these are the 3 Zygarde forms, right? I mean, this one's okay, this one's okay as well, and I think this one looks a little bit better, so I'll give it a C. So, yeah guys, that's my tier list. Obviously, I have my favorites, with the majority of them being Sinnoh in S tier, alongside Rayquaza, and then Reshiram and Zekrom. A tier, I like a lot as well, I just don't think they're on top with these guys. And then of course B tier and C tier, and I think D tier and down is like Pokemon I don't care for, and maybe some that I just don't know the name off the top of my head, and so that's where they go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you had time, like I said, I'm gonna try to upload as much as I can. It's difficult sometimes when I get busy. If you haven't already, check out my 100 character tier list that I did a few days ago. Doesn't have a lot of views on it, but that's okay. I enjoy doing this stuff. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed this video. Leave your critiques in the comments below. Let me know where you would change some of these guys, but this is just going off of the top of my head. And you never know, over time some of these characters might change, but yeah, that'll do it here for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully within the next couple days I'll get something else out. Give me video ideas as well down in the comment section. I could probably do some reaction videos. Now that I know how to set it up, I can do more tier lists, I can do just whatever you guys want. So yeah, like I said, leave comments, suggestions, make sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And yeah guys, it's been Josh's TV and Theories, and I will see you in the next one.